Never the context of what we're talking about, but it's strictly everything we bring up.
The way that we make it inappropriate. And I will be making some things he says very inappropriate.
No, I'm literally obsessed.
Hi,
Hey,
besties. Welcome to
Literally
Obsessed. It's Cassy.
And Brittany.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to Iron Flame, episode 2.
Episode 2.
Chapters 5 through 8.
Correct.
We got that right. Okay.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing today? Welcome to our night sleepover episode
Part
again. Sorry if the lighting is looking a little crazy again, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the vibes. I like the nighttime aesthetic.
No, I do too.
We got going on. Sorry, disclaimer, I'm a little nasally, so sorry if you hear a little sniffle here and there.
She's raspy today.
I'm giving the JoJo Siwa wasp.
Wasp. The dodo wasp.
That was crazy. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good night so far. This is kind of not a lot of thrilling stuff happens in these chapters, but still a lot of fun stuff anyways. So
Yes.
Like the first episode, we're kind of trying out some new names for parts of the podcast. So instead of like synopsis, we're talking about like spilling the tea, and then like all of our favorite moments will be like a deep dive of it. So it'll just be a bit of different names, but same layout nonetheless.
Yeah, then we'll go into our favorite quotes, Thriving and Theorizing, where we talk about all of our theories, and of course, Final Jam, where we talk about the songs that we feel match the stretch of chapters.
Yep. Again, it's like kind of a smaller set of chapters today, and like not a lot happens, so I didn't really have that much for Final Jam. That's my bad.
Yeah, I had like, I did want to talk about something when we get there.
I love it. I see it.
Before
No, go ahead.
Before we jump in, just want to do a spoiler warning for y'all. We are going to be discussing everything from all of Iron Flame, things on book talk, theories, all of the above. Everything's on the table. This is also a content warning for you guys. Even though nothing too spicy happens in these chapters, it's always a little spicy when we talk about Zayden. So
it's never the context of what we're talking about, but it's strictly everything we bring up.
the way that we make it inappropriate. And I will be making some things he says very inappropriate.
It's never really the action that we talk about. It's usually just our own personal thoughts about everything. So, but still content warning, please.
Yeah, why don't we just hop on in to spilling the tea.
Alrighty.
Cassie, start us off.
I'll take you to chapter 5. After the graduation, writers and cadets are now partying it up to celebrate the end of the year and the beginning of their second year. I think they say something like, writers fight as hard as they party, something like that.
I think they party as
hard as they fight.
Yeah.
Just flipped it. So they're going crazy, as they should. The besties talk about being able to have weekends now that they're second years. They're able to have a little bit more of a social life, which also brings like an awkward moment to Violet when being asked if she will spend all that time with Zayden, and she's like, no. And then while that like kind of is all going down, Violet sees Zayden dressed in the, excuse my French, the fuck me uniform.
Wait, I have questions about why you wrote that.
Because he looks hot in it. How is that a question?
Okay, I just needed to clarify.
She vividly said, like, she's
like, dang, you look a lot better in these than you did in your... And he's like, it's the same uniform.
He kind of calls her out for it. But I had to say the fuck me uniform because even though I know it's probably boring, it probably just looks so hot on him.
100. He could
So
wear a
hot.
paper bag and look
really hot.
He could wear nothing.
But with that said, it means that he has to stand on business. He's being sent away. They also bring up the state of their relationship fucking again, and Zayden reminds Violet that they are both able to have boundaries and set the rules over the relationship. Period. Put her in her place, Zayden. They also get their super important, it's not even that important conversation, interrupted by Colonel Ados, revealing to Violet that Zayden will be in the fronts of the Southern Wing, or Samara, I think that's how we say it.
Yeah.
Which basically means that's where he's being like outposted to, or that's where the outpost is, and that's where he's being sent off. We also meet the unfortunate Major Varish, the new bitch in town.
Yep.
And they are also giving an order to the both of them that states that Violet can leave every 14 days for 2 days at a time for Taryn and Sigale, which also can be vice versa for Xaden. Xaden is able to go and fly out to Violet. So that's pretty much chapter 5. Chapter 6, we have Colonel Ados. He's just insulting Violet by threatening not to share all of her stories to her friends or with anyone, or else like she or her sister could die, which is like, what the fuck? That's so random and so threatening. Violet almost bursts into actual flames from this conversation, and she just needs to be settled down, so Xaden takes her outside. They are continuing their stupid conversation about their relationship, and gives Violet advice on how to handle everything since he won't have a lot of contact with her anymore. And they both had this conversation in their mind and out loud, which is pretty crazy, to make it look a little less obvious that they're, talking about how she should deal with the whole rebellion at the same time. And we also find out that Dane is the new wing leader, and Rye, I can't say Rye. Why did I say Rye?
I don't know. You know who she is.
I don't know why I said Rye. Rhiannon is the new squad leader. Woo! So that ends chapter 6. Take it away, Brittany.
Chapter 7, the riders walk into a room that they have never seen before. It's RSC, or the Rider Survival Course. We'll learn more about that in a minute. Rhiannon lets Violet know that she's there if she ever needs to talk because she's a good friend, and she can tell that something is definitely wrong with Violet. We meet Professor Grady, and he lets them know that the RSC will cover navigation, survival techniques, and how to withstand interrogation. Violet heads to the archives to meet up with Jacinia, and she asks if there's any older books about the founding of Basgiath or why they chose Basgiath for the wards. Chapter 8, it's conscription day, but this time Violet doesn't have to cross the parapet. She is the one that is in charge of taking the final roll with Rhi before the parapet. The new riders start piling in, and Violet is taking roll. She realizes quickly that she needs to take their names with zero intention of actually remembering who they are, because most likely they are going to fall and die on the parapet. We meet Cam, or Auric Greycastle, who is actually King Tari's third son, and we learn that his father does not know that he's here. We also meet Sloane, who's Liam's sister, and Violet begins to give her advice, but once Sloane realizes who Violet is, she is pissed because she thinks that Violet is responsible for killing her brother. Sloane is assigned to the first wing, but then she's reassigned to the second squad, Flame Section 4th wing, with Violet as Dane's peace offering, ? The dragons fly over, and all of the first years freak out. One of the dragons is Varish's dragon. His name is Solus, and he is a one-eyed orange dagger tail, and Taryn warns Violet that she needs to not take her eyes off of him. We learn why in a second. The first years get really scared and they run away, and Solus torches the entire courtyard, and he takes out half of the third squad and then some. I forget how to say this guy's name every single time.
Saren
dies. Womp womp. We never liked him anyway. It is no skin off my back. Is that the saying?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like, sorry, we never got the chance to hate you, Saren. But anyway, he dies. And Solus tries to scorch more people, but Taryn comes to the rescue, and he does not kill anybody else. And then Panchek resumes as business as usual, as if nothing happened, and as if half the first years did not just get taken out by this dragon. And Violet realizes that she already has an enemy in Varish.
Wow, I think that was the fastest spill the tea / synopsis we've ever done.
We're getting better at it.
Wow, I'm so proud of us, Brittany. Look at how far we've come.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, not a lot happens, but I mean, actually, I'm going to agree with that statement. Not a lot does happen, but I feel like all we're learning are just like It's like the world building of the new book.
It's the typical, the setup of what's going to be happening.
The one part that did kind of like, while rereading, was the part where they're talking about the, what is it called? The writer survival course. I think I didn't even realize about the fact that they brought up the interrogation that early. I thought it was a little bit later in the book, like maybe chapter 10, I mean,
they pretty much tell them like, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
But they're just kind of like, we're going to kidnap you at some point. Yeah. We're giving you that heads up. Yeah. But that's it.
That's it. Yeah. And I didn't think that it would happen this early in this one. So yeah. But it makes sense. Like, it happens like right when they start their second year. So
at least they're honest.
Yeah. At least they give you a heads up. But it's also so fucking scary. I'm sorry. We'll get into it. But I don't know. There's a lot of things in just these little tiny chapters that I'm like realizing, oh, when I was first reading it, I really didn't care. I was just like, where's Zayden?
Yeah. No, exactly.
Where is he?
So shall we dive into our deep dive?
Yes. Let's do it.
Start us off, Cassie. I think you have a...
Okay. So... like I said, we start like this part of the book with them like partying really hard. I just thought about it and I was like, damn, what kind of parties are they having? Is it like just straight up they're in like the weird cafeteria area and they're just like, here, huzzah?
I think they're in the courtyard. Like, I'm imagining it's outside.
Right. Okay. That helps me a little bit better because I was just like, is it kind of boring?
Like a little patio that maybe oversees...
Okay. Oh, yeah. Set the scene, Brittany.
That's what I'm thinking.
Love it.
Lights above, string lights.
Love it. Yeah. Love a good string light.
A DJ, electrical? Maybe?
We'll get into that. But I was just thinking, like, also how, like, fun would it be? I would probably sell, like, a leg or something to, like, go party with those people.
That's fair.
Imagine partying with Riddick. Riddick would be...
Imagine partying with Zayden. Oh no! Actually, I take it back. I would party with Riddick. 100%.
I'd party with Riddick. Zayden's the after party, but I definitely party with Riddick.
Pre-gaming with Riddick. Oh, I think he'd kill you. What? Not you. I think he'd just kill anyone.
Oh, I agree.
Like, he's crazy. He's an instigator for sure.
He's an instigator. He's like, you want one more drink?
Yeah.
You want 2 more drinks?
Yeah.
What are they drinking? They're drinking like ale. I know for sure is one.
She also says like a lemonade. I was like, oh, Little Mike's Hard.
A little Pink Whitney.
I don't know. I was like, okay, so they have alcohol.
Yeah. So they have potatoes. You know how vodka comes from potatoes.
Well, we don't know it's a vodka lemonade.
If it was a tequila lemonade, that's fair. That'd be pretty crazy.
Rum?
Maybe
a rum.
I was just thinking, like, so the types of alcohol that has been told is they have like wine, right?
Yes, they have wine. I'm assuming they have beer.
Because I remember one of them like was wiping like the foam off their mouth. I remember reading that in this chapter. Weird. I don't know how I like remember that. But so they have beer.
So they have wheat.
They have wheat. They have potatoes, and they have wine and grapes.
Yeah, we have yet to hear about tequila.
I don't know if this world is big enough for tequila. I don't know if they can handle tequila. But I do think that I'm envisioning Violet's drinking a mixed drink and the rest of them are drinking hard.
I think so too. Well, I think that's why she's having a little lemonade. She's
a lightweight.
100%. She's a lightweight.
I think. Do you think that Zayden would be like a shots kind of guy? Or would he be like an old whiskey, like a whiskey?
He's like, I'll have an old fashioned.
Old fashioned, please.
Honestly, I think he could do either.
I think it
depends on the mood. Like, I think he would portray himself.
It's like a shots guy.
Well, no, I think he would portray himself as like an old, like, what is it? Like an old fashioned.
Okay, I like that.
But I feel like he also could turn up.
Get crazy.
Yeah.
I think that Riddick would be the shots out of like a body shot. I think he would take body shots on people.
He's walking around with fucking syringes to put in people's mouths.
Like, you want to get fucked up? Here we go. I laugh thinking about how, like, because she only says that she's like buzzed in this.
Yeah,
which I'm
like, girl, come on.
You're way more than buzzed.
I think she is, but
the rest of them are pretty like sloshed.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun to just like partying around with them? She says they're like on the tables, like going crazy. Fun.
I can picture it, and I would want to be there.
I can't wait till the question.
Do you think they're drinking out of red Solo cups?
Oh, I hope so. It's like red chalices, and it's like
chalices.
But what's like the most craziest, like rattiest type of cup that they could find? It's like a wooden cup or some shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, they're drinking out of, you remember at the Ren Fair, the like fucking horns.
Oh my god,
that's what they're drinking. We
need to go back and get one of those.
It might be over.
I think it is. It ended tomorrow.
Dang, let's go tomorrow.
Don't tempt me. I just thought it was so funny. Also, I would hope one of them had an espresso martini. I feel like Imogen had
she does seem like espresso martini
like she's
gal.
tired as fuck, but she still wants to get turned.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know.
My gosh, we need to do an episode, because we started talking about like their coffee orders, right? But I think we need to expand on that, and like what is their drink of choice?
What's their drink of choice?
Well, Violet obviously is like a lemonade.
She's a mixed girly.
She's a mixed girl.
Yeah,
I feel you, Violet.
It has to be mixed with something.
Yeah, like maybe I'm like, no, not Violet. Somebody's gotta be like a little Cosmo girl.
You think Rhiannon?
I was thinking Rhiannon, but actually I don't know. I feel like Rhiannon would want to get fucked
Maybe
up.
Quinn.
Okay,
maybe yes. Quinn. I think Quinn could be a Cosmo
like
girl.
Riddick is like straight vodka.
He's straight. I think he would invent tequila.
And I think he's making something in his dorm room.
I got this fucking crazy alcohol I made in my fucking bathroom.
He's selling drugs for sure.
And I'd buy him. I don't even do drugs, but I trust that man. He knows a good time when he sees one.
No, it's fair. He's making stuff in his dorm room.
Do you think that's against codex?
Well, Violet does say that they're not allowed to smoke charum or whatever it's called on campus.
It's a no vape.
She's like,
no
we're a dry
smoke.
campus.
Using the word campus for that's guy. It's what it is. It's what it is, but it's just funny. It's funny to hear.
But actually, they're not, because who provided the alcohol? The professors?
Because like they can't sneak out.
Well, they're 21, so they're legal. Well, actually, we don't know where
age.
Yeah, it could be 18.
I have a feeling like I don't know why, but the year 20 seems like a significant year to them.
So you think it's 20? You think this is like their first sip of alcohol?
I think it's Violet's first sip of alcohol. She's acting like
That's fair. She is.
She's acting like, she's like, guys, I'm just feeling a little buzz. She's sloshed.
Yeah.
She's sloshed.
No, it's true.
What else did I say? I think so. Oh, okay. To kind of tie into what we're saying, Violet seeing Xaden and then questioning whether or not she should take him like right there, but then realizing she is like a little buzzed. It's kind of like a canon event.
Yeah.
Like that's happened before.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yep.
I just think that, girl, you want him no matter if you're buzzed or not.
You would do it if you were sober
if
too.
You were sober
so
too.
Stop. She's just like, oh my god, I'm just like drunk right now. Like, that's not it, girl. That's not it.
It's like the dun dun dee dun dun, and she's like, what is it doing to me?
Why am I feeling? Why do I feel this way?
I envisioned her saying some stupid shit like that. No, because I think that she tries to excuse it, being like, no, it's just the alcohol. And then he's like, so you're sloshed, and she's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
You just try to excuse your feelings for being sloshed.
I do love, because he's like, it's the same uniform, or like pretty much the same uniform, and then he's like, you're drunk, aren't you? And then she's like, no, I'm not. No, but that's how you know you're drunk, when you're like, I'm not, I'm sober.
I didn't even have alcohol.
Yeah.
It's like, I could drinking water. I could
drink 10 more and I'd be fine.
And she's like stumbling around, like she said
she was wobbling, like, getting up the table
and everything.
Yeah.
Girl, you're fucking drunk, baby.
Yeah. If you're not buzzed.
He's calling your fucking bluff. I don't know, it's just so funny. We're gonna have to make the episode about like what everyone drinks.
I think we need to. That's so funny. I think we need to do their favorites for like every coffee order.
Oh yeah.
Alcoholic beverage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we need to do that. If you guys have any thoughts, let us know, because I would love to hear what you guys think that they're eating or drinking, or their favorites. What are their favorite movies?
Favorite movies?
Do you think
like what music genre?
Oh.
Do they listen to?
Favorites. Their Spotify rap.
Their Spotify. What would Xaden's day list look like?
It'd be like trying to get her back hype up music. It'd be like gym music, but it'd also be like Hosier.
Hosier. I feel like he listens to
like Olivia Rodrigo, like I wanna get him back. He'd be a secret like teeny bop.
Yeah, I
music
think so too.
Listener.
Yeah,
he'd be like, "No, I listen to real shit."
Yeah,
it's like, oh, it's so. It's like Olivia Rodrigo. That wasn't a very good.
I was like, I actually don't know that song, but
I was.
But okay.
I have my ear. Anyways,
oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway.
Oh yes, you have a next one. Okay.
Yeah. So
we just hit the first bullet point.
Okay, Shantara. Is that how you say it? Shantara.
Shantara. I think Shantara.
Shantara. I think it's Shantara.
I think it's Shantara.
Whatever. So I'm fucking pissed that they didn't go. Well, sorry, that Violet didn't go, and we're stuck with fucking Violet for this book. I'm pissed that she never went. This is the first year that they're not banned and that they get to go. And I want to see what this Hogsmeade place looks like. No. They talk about there's a local bar.
Uh-huh.
And Violet doesn't go. I'm pissed.
She just stays back and be's a little pissy baby.
No, I'm literally so mad.
Because I think that they would have given us such good visuals on. Maybe it'll come up in Onyx Star.
It needs to.
Because I'm envisioning Hogsmeade, but also like grungier and like.
Oh yeah,
like a little bit more.
This
like,
bar that they're talking about is the 3 broomsticks.
Oh my god, you're probably right. Because wait, what is Chantra? Is that like the city or is that?
It just says it's like a shopping. It's literally what I imagine. Like,
go to the Chantra Mall, the
outlet mall.
Outlet mall.
I think it's like maybe like a little village, little shopping center.
Okay. I would love to know what the bar name is.
Because like Hogsmeade is the whole,
like a
area,
village,
surrounding
town.
area. So I feel like it's the same
surrounding
thing.
area.
Yeah,
I love that. Why doesn't she go? To stay back.
Because she's stupid.
She's like, I hate Xaden, but I will stay back.
I will stay back and not check out this really sick place.
Ass. Whatever. Oh, okay. This was in their banter, Violet and Xaden's banter. Of course, I'm not joking. I think most of these chapters were just of them fucking arguing.
Yep. As most of the book is.
Literally, the whole book is just that. But when she says he'll change his mind and let me in all the way, or let me all the way in, he has to. She's literally hyping herself up for this whole situation. It's just so funny to me because it's just like she's hyping herself up in the wrong toxic way. But yeah, Violet says like, I don't sleep with men I don't trust.
Okay, no, that pissed me off. Shut the fuck up, girl. You do trust him. Okay, actually, I might be jumping ahead a little bit, but he does say something like, so you trust me? And she goes, with my life. So you're a liar.
She's just more convenient with what she says to him. She only says like, oh, I trust you with my life in like most vulnerable spots and like in places of like something intense is going on. And I'm like, obviously that's showing like your true feelings about him, but when you're just like calm and overthinking about everything, you're like, I don't trust him, I don't like him anymore, he's totally betrayed me and all of this stuff. And her saying like, I don't sleep with someone that I don't trust. You slept with him after only knowing him for like 4 months.
Yeah,
you even said it to yourself, you didn't really know him.
Yeah, so
nothing actually makes sense. And also for you to say that like she won't sleep with him until he tells her everything, that's manipulative.
No, it is. It is.
Tell me it's not.
A little bit later, she kind of tries saying, like, you're weaponizing sex. No, bitch, you are.
You are, bitch.
You're mad that he won't sleep with you because he's concerned about your feelings. You just don't want to sleep with him because you want him to tell you everything.
Which is worse, bestie. Yeah. That is worse, at least in my mind. No, it's worse. It is. I don't know. Again, I'll repeat, I didn't realize how fucking annoying she was until this reread, because she just keeps bringing it up. And I think, this part too, Xaden says something like, oh, the anticipation is good for us. I would fold number one and I'd be like, okay, let's do it right now. But she goes, oh, so this is all just a game. Like, this is all just for, you're not telling me because you think this will be good for us. She is giving the worst type of person who just, like, switches his meanings and, like, reads into something that has nothing to be there for. I don't know. And that whole conversation really pissed me the fuck off. I think this was towards the end of their conversation in just chapter 5. Xaden, like, lifts up her chin after, like, he's like, oh, like, it'll be good for us, blah blah blah. They're like bantering back and forth, and imagine, like, smirking Xaden, lifting up your chin, and the way he's looking at you. How does she not just be like, okay, actually, never mind, come over here? And she, like, even says, she's like, I don't even know why I did it, but I did. I put my hand on his chest, and I'm like, girl, you know why you did, because you genuinely want him, you love him. Xaden also says, I wish I could stay to see what you do with all that time. Oh my, I wrote, and this is just for you guys to know, I literally wrote in the outline, Xaden, I'm gnawing at the bars of my enclosure. That, I think, because they were talking about how they have, like, 5 days until the new writers come in or something like that, and she's like, what am I gonna do with all this time? And she decides to be a loser and doesn't go out to, like, those bars or anything. No, truly. And he's like, I would kill to see, like, what you would do with all of that time. Yeah, that's hot. Yeah, Xaden, if you were there still, you guys would have been, I don't know, making out, I don't know, making love. And I'm right back to the place where I was with being so pissed off with Violet for reminding us that she won't sleep with men that she doesn't trust. I think she says it, like, she, or infers it a couple times that she won't. That kind of ends, and then they get interrupted, right, with Colonel Ados and Major Varish or whatever. I want to talk about how he kind of looks. How are you envisioning him?
Okay, I think she says he's tall, but I don't know why I'm imagining him being short.
He gives off short king. But because he doesn't give off, like, towering over. Yeah.
I feel like, okay, she talks about him having, like, perfect hair. I feel like his hair is greasy. I feel like it's, like, greasy, slicked back, black hair. And he just had, like, a creepy smile. I feel like he definitely has a big nose.
So, Snape?
No, but I feel like short hair.
Snape, though.
I love Snape, too. But.
That's because Snape was kind of my first envision of him. I'm seeing him, like you said, a little grosser, like a little bit unkept. Yeah. But I would say he's about 5'7", 5'6". Like, he's shorter, on the shorter side.
I guess everyone's tall compared to Violet, so.
She's like 4.
She's 5'2".
She's 5'2"?
5'2", 5'3", yeah.
I thought she was like 5 foot, like 4'11". I guess that makes sense.
I think it's 5'2", I think.
How
Maybe I'm wrong.
How tall is Xaden? 6'4"?
It's like 6'4", yeah.
That's a crazy height.
That is crazy.
Have you ever met someone who's 6'4"?
I think we should measure. Oh my god, we could do a TikTok. We'll just measure ourselves next to, like, how tall he would be. Let's do it. I have a measuring tape.
Okay, we'll do it right after this episode.
I'm curious. I am curious. I just want to see.
Have you ever met someone 6'4"?
No. Have you?
Obviously,
I've seen some
remember.
Tall people, but I don't think I've ever been like, what's your height?
Yeah.
You know?
I've met some 6-footers, but I've never, I don't know.
Some 6-footers.
I don't know if I've met a 6'4". I think I probably would have remembered that.
You know what's upsetting? My dad is 6'2". But my mom is 4'10".
So you got to get the average height of. Yeah. Is your brother your height?
My brother's like, I think he's probably like 5'9", 5'10".
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys had to average.
We averaged out.
It's okay. I got 2 short parents, so I'm just a little shorty.
I sometimes wish I wish I was either taller or shorter. I'm the most average height.
Wait, how tall are you?
I was 5'6" for all of my life, but I do have scoliosis, so I think I'm 5'5" now.
Wait, that changes your height?
Well, my back is fucked up, so I'm shrinking.
You're shrinking?
Yeah, because my back is messed up.
The way you it is crazy.
I'm not joking. Like, if somebody analyzes the way I'm sitting right now, it's not correct. Like, my hips are messed up. If I was really sitting, like, I would be sitting like that. You know what I mean? But
I'm sorry. sorry, I'm not making fun of your scoliosis.
No, it's okay. I have an S curve for my scoliosis kids out there.
Do you think like Violet has like scoliosis?
I don't think so.
You see yourself in you? It's fucked up.
She does have EDS, so no, I can't relate, but I know a lot of other people could.
She's a strong girl, though.
But you know what? Maybe, yeah, it's like, oh, it's up for interpretation.
If
I see myself in her,
then you see yourself in her.
Yeah.
The other thing I said with Major Varish is gives that pink girl from Harry Potter. I forgot her name.
Umbridge.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's the vibe that he gives off. Yeah. It's just so crazy. But yeah, that's all I have for chapter 5.
I just have a question. Why were the... What is my question? Why did the dragons allow Varish to make the rules as to when Sigale and Taryn could see each other?
I don't know.
Because Xaden even says dragons make their own rules. They don't listen to humans. But why does the Empyrean say, like, absolutely not, this is what we'll be doing?
Yeah, I don't know, because, I mean, that's something we've always been told, right? Is, like, dragons are able, they're their own world. They're their own, like, they got their own secrets, their own rules, whatever. When Varish, do you think that it was like Solus? How did you say it? Solus?
Yeah. Solus.
Yeah. Do you think he had any...
Solus? I'm sure someone's already made that comparison.
Someone had to. I looked up what Varish means and it doesn't give anything good. It just means like determined.
Ugh, ew.
And I was like, give me something crazy.
I want it to say venom.
I wanted to say soul taker, but Solus is good.
Yeah.
Solus. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you think he had anything to do with it?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I am like, if he is a venom or something, and let's say Solus is evil, then I wonder. I don't know, because that's like,
because I would envision like maybe if like a dragon confronted because is it Varish going up? Who's talking to the dragons? Who's talking to the elders?
That's what I'm saying. It seems like he just makes the rules and Taryn's just like, damn it. It's like, Taryn, you could have kill him if you wanted to.
I don't know why.
And Taryn threatens so many times. I'm like, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Coward.
I don't know why he's holding back.
Yeah. Why doesn't he?
Back.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know why. But I think I'm just questioning on how do they bring that up, like, to the elders? Like, do they, hey, we have two humans who are in separate areas now. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And you would think that, like, dragons would follow their own rules about the bonds and be like, oh, you have to be with them.
Right.
Because I'm sure Taryn and Sigale are not the only fucking couple who are bonded and mated forever.
Yeah.
So you think that, I don't know. I think it's all corrupt.
Weird. It's very weird.
It's corrupt.
Xaden talks about shipping his stuff off to Samara. So they do have delivery service.
Yes, they have Amazon Prime.
Like, how do we think it's being delivered? Is there a dragon carrying his stuff? You know what I mean?
Are there like the little saddles that like hold like shipment barrels or something?
How did his stuff
that's even another question I have is like, because when he's explaining, he's like, oh, pretty much all day I've been just packing my stuff and shipping it out.
Into what, cardboard boxes?
I was like, cardboard or barrels, bags?
Yeah.
What is it? Does he go to like a UPS and like pick up some boxes, like a Home Depot?
Maybe.
I don't, because I'm thinking like, if magic is in this world, why not just snip it out of there?
No, that's fair.
But he said like shipped out.
Yeah, he did.
By car? By boat?
I didn't consider
dragon?
boat. Mm-hmm.
I gotta pull up a map of. Do they even have a map with the outpost in it?
Yeah, I can pull it up right now. I have the book.
Let's pull it up. See if they got a little river.
Okay. We've got Iron Flame here. So, if we look at the map. Wait, where's Basgiath?
Wait. Right here.
Okay. Here is Samara.
Oh, so it's by land.
Wait, but what are these?
There's no atlas.
Where's
Where's the atlas? Is that trails?
Is it trails or is it
walking trail?
Is it water? Do you think it's like little streams? Because they're surrounded by water.
There's a little stream here.
Oh, you're right. It's not a stream then. It's something. Or maybe that's the lines.
Oh, the province, like the...
Yeah, because see, this is the Barons, Pormeal, Navarre. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Trinidor.
Okay.
This is not how I envisioned how this looks. I've seen this before, but I don't remember.
Okay, because like what's going on in the Barrens? Are we ever gonna get there? Are we ever gonna get to? That's got to be what? If that's 7 hours.
that has to be 4 days.
Yeah.
That's look how far this from
7:14.
Keep it going here.
Wait, what's
20 21.
It's about a 21-hour flight. Listen, math was never my strong suit. I was more of an English girly.
It's the way we both couldn't add 14 plus 7. I'm sorry, but that was so funny. So around 21 hours.
I'm guessing.
To get to the end.
Based on my finger measurements here, about 21 hours.
What's this whole thing called?
The continent.
There's no way.
I don't know, honestly.
Other continents?
There's gotta be. What else is in this world, Rebecca?
I'm tired of just looking at this. I just want to see.
No, I want to know what's in the Barrens. Like, we've never been over here. We haven't been here. I don't even think we've been in Port. Oh, wait. We do go to Pormeal, right?
Corden.
Yeah, we go to Pormeal.
Where?
So you know what I mean? There's a lot of places we haven't been to. Yes,
right?
Yeah. Caldeer. Do we ever go to Caldeer? We don't, like, the furthest we go into here is Aratia. So, I mean, like, we don't even, what's this? Like, Caldeer City? When are we going to go there? There has to be a
that's only like a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, exactly. There has to be a reason. I mean, like, if I was an author, I wouldn't put names down unless they're going to be significant.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it is.
What is it? The Bay of Malik?
The Bay of Malik?
Right here by the Barrens. Do you think that the Venin are in the Barrens? Maybe that's why they haven't been. What is in the Barrens? It's just bear, right? That's what it sounds like.
It's Barrens.
I have questions about these provinces up here.
Why are some of them highlighted in white and some of them are in
because
do they not know about this?
I think that's what it is. They think it burned down.
And then why is the Bay of Malik the only black highlighted one? Because it's the Bay of Death.
We're asking good questions.
Well, if you pull up your handy dandy Iron Flame book, you'll also see the map. Well, I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I don't remember why we needed to pull that up. Oh, wait, I actually don't remember why. Oh, to see where Samara was?
Was that? Oh, yeah, to see how far away it was, if there was boat access.
Yes.
God, I remember.
Okay, so I just have questions about how his stuff is getting delivered. That's all.
Do you think it was like someone just like pushing a cart for 12 hours?
You think they're just walking?
It has to be a dragon, right? But dragons don't just do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think a dragon would
probably
just do it. Yeah.
Like a goat in a carriage.
Anyway.
Oh, so I think in chapter 6 we also hear from Andarna, because I think she checks in with Taryn. Violet checks in with Taryn, like, and apparently he's like obviously really angry about the fact that he won't be able to see Sigale, and Darna's just like, he's pretty grumpy right now, like you really don't want to talk to him. And then her like little sassy attitude and all this stuff of Violet being like, you should be sleeping right now, and she's like, and miss all the drama.
Yeah, like I think not,
bestie. Like, that's so funny. She's so cute. And Darna, they could never make me hate you, girl. I love her. I also want to bring up, I said this a little earlier, but having to talk in the mind and out loud would actually confuse the fuck out of me. I'd probably like on accident like give something up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what did we just say? Like,
yeah.
out loud? Because all I'm hearing is this, and I'm not paying attention. Because it's like,
Violet isn't responding to him, so she's just taking in the information that he's telling her and responding out loud to everything.
You're right. I see. I still would probably like fucked up because I'd be like, fair. Wait, which one am I responding to? Yeah, because he is just like telling her. He's just telling in the mind instead of conversation. And then their like awkward conversation, it was just about like, oh, you're gonna miss me, huh?
Well, it's because there's people listening, so I think they're just trying to keep up the facade that they're like a happy couple. Yeah, no, I understand why, but I would be so awkward if I was a writer. I'd probably be like, okay, I'm gonna walk away now. Like they're saying some weird shit. They want the tea because she talks about how they keep getting closer. You're right. They're probably like, what? What's going on? Because they're like this at the very end of it. They're like face to face. Well, I didn't think they were face to face. I thought he was like hugging her. So I thought maybe like he was talking into like her ear is how I took it. Oh, okay. It's something about passionate. I guess he maybe steps back and looks at her. Because she says something about how he comes in and it looks like an embrace to other people. Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm just loving a little kiss. So, I think it's more of a hug. I would say. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So I just love this line from him saying, I'd much rather have you under me on the mat than spare time. Because Violet's like, oh, you're going to have all this spare time now. He's like, mm-mm. I'd much rather be with you. You mean Matt. What happened during those sparring scenes? I know. Something must have happened. Something had to have happened. We definitely didn't get like a sex scene out of there. We did not, but I think they did. I think they had a smut scene on the mat. I need something. Onyx Storm to have something on the mat. Like we've been anticipating. Not on the mat. Okay, maybe. If they could, sure. They could do it in the bathroom. They could do it. That's fair. That's very fair. They could do it on an armoire. They could do it wherever. That's fair. My last one for chapter 6 is Xaden hits us with the best comeback. Because you still love me. And she's like, well, what? Like, shut the fuck up. Just leave. And he's like, I would, but you actually have a death grip on me. Yeah. Drag her. Like, I don't know why, but when I was reading that, I was like, oh, that's fucking funny. Because I'm sure she was just like, and he's like, yeah, I'm trying I didn't take it like that. Is that how I took it in a metaphorical sense? Oh. That's probably smarter. No, maybe I misread. I took it of like, like I would, but you have a death grip on me. Maybe it's both. Because this is how I imagined it is, because this is like right before he leaves, and she's just like they're having like this intense conversation, and she's like, just like fucking leave or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I would, but you actually have a death grip on me right now. Makes and sense. She doesn't realize it, and then she like backs away. That makes sense. Maybe it's both. I don't know. Now I need to look at if she was like, oh, I'd let go of him or something, because the way that I took it was literally just like, you have a death grip, like, on my heart type thing. Death grip on my heart. He would say something cute like that. It says, because you still love me, the uncertainty in his eyes pricks every inch of my temper. Fuck off and leave, Ryerson. I would, but you've got a death grip on me. He glances between our bodies. Ugh. Okay. I drop my hands from his waist and step back. Okay. See you in 7 days, Violence. Hot. Try not to burn the whole place while I'm gone. Ooh. Hot. Everything he says is hot. I'm sorry. It is. Right, chapter 7. I think this is yours. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so I just wanted to point out there's 89 first years. 89 second years. Uh-huh. And this is the smallest class that they've had since the first 6. Isn't that crazy? That's really wild. And Taryn says that fewer dragons are bonding because of the venom, and the Empyrean is split on whether or not they should get involved. But that's kind of crazy. I'm like
interested because what did they say? Only 91 dragons?
I think so.
Something like that.
Have chosen to bond this year.
What's the normal amount?
Yeah, I don't know. Like 100 something? 150?
150 dragons?
That's a lot.
That's a pretty big number, I would say, to bond with that many people.
90 something is a lot.
That's still a lot.
I don't know.
I guess when you're trying to build like a army,
That's true.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
That's fair.
And then with the Empyrean split on whether or not they should get involved or not, that's also pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I guess it does kind of make sense then that maybe like Solus, I don't know, being able to argue back.
I also would like to get, because I know we won't ever find out, but the politics of the elders, I would like to know. You know what I mean? I know we probably won't ever find out what it is, but maybe we will.
Maybe we will.
But I'm wondering if like whether or not they are corrupt in their own way, or also like with the like Basgiath and like how like the like Varish or something had something to do with Violet and Xaden's like agreement of coming back and forth to each other. So I don't know. I feel like there's corruption everywhere. So I feel like it has to be there too. I loved that they said something subtle about Nolan and how he's been so busy since the War Games. Yeah. Slipped over. Because they talk about that a lot. Yeah. In the first half of, most of this book. Yeah. They always just like, Nolan is so burnt out. He's been like used. Once we get to that point, I want to talk a lot more about that. But stupid motherfucker Jack. Yeah. Stupid motherfucker. Yeah, no, I know. How does healing work too? I gotta mending. I have so many questions about that. But I don't want to get into it just too yet. Yeah. That didn't make any sense. I didn't want to get into it yet. But yeah, just had to bring that up. That was like one of the first times we heard about Nolan since the last book. Just to go back, Rhiannon, like this was also her first time for Iron Flame, telling Violet like, oh, I'm here if you ever need anything, if you want to talk to anything. It's literally so hypocritical for her to be like, no, like I shouldn't, like this is just really hard for me, and like it's just I don't know how Xaden does this. And I'm like, stop villainizing Xaden for something you're personally doing right now.
I also feel like you don't have to tell your friend, okay, like obviously you would want to tell your friend if there's this threat that is Venom, but you could also just be like, yeah, I'm really fucking going through it because Liam died in my arms. Yeah. Why can't you tell your friend that?
You don't have to give every fucking detail.
Yeah, and I don't think that she would ask.
No, not something about like so serious that's obviously affecting her.
Or I just feel like there's so many times where Rhiannon is like, what is going on? Like, are you okay? And then Violet's just like, I'm fine. It's like, why don't you just say like, actually, I'm not okay. I'm going through it. Right. But I don't want to talk about it right now.
Violet's obviously really shit at communication. Yeah. Like, she doesn't know how to... And also, I'm like, girl, you just put yourself in Xaden's shoes, and then when you're fighting with Xaden about like, oh, you're not telling me all this truth, and you're not telling me everything, but then you're also using selective truth on your own best friends. Exactly. Like, I don't know. It's really frustrating, and there's so many times where she goes back and forth of whether or not to tell Rhiannon or anything like that. Yeah. And I'm like, don't you think that's what Xaden does for every conversation? Come on, girl, put yourself in his shoes. I'm sure you agree with this, but I would be absolutely scared shitless if someone told me I was going to get kidnapped at any given point in this whole semester, year, whatever it is, and you get interrogated and intensely. Tortured. Yeah. How did they just drop that and everyone was like,
I would drop out.
They're like, wow, that's going to really suck when it happens and we don't know about it. Yeah. So, okay. And they just move on. And that, I would be fucking...
No, I would too.
Scared shitless.
Yeah. I'd be like, I'll just cross the parapet again.
Like, you can catch me with the wipeout gauntlet thing going on.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
And I want to know, do we know anything about everyone else's interrogation?
We just know that you're not supposed to break. And if you do, you die.
They literally said don't. Which, like, why is it so intense?
What I'm guessing.
They kill you?
I think they kill you. That's kind of what they make it seem like a little later. Yeah. Like if you tell them, they'll kill you.
I don't know, man. It scares me, and I know that won't ever happen to me, but I'm just, it's a little heavy. And then I think at the end of this chapter, she chooses out of her 5 days to go to the scribes, and to the archives and look for more books about the building up of Basgiath. Is that what, or how does she word it? She's like
the founding of Basgiath.
Yeah. And she sees Jacinia. And she talks about Liam. She's like, he was always really nice to me.
I know, which I wanted to be like, I'm sure he was, girl.
How nice did he get?
How nice are we talking?
Tell
me when.
I think they... That was so unhinged. Oh my god, I love that.
Was it?
I think so. No, but
She's
loved
writing
it.
down, she's transcribing Violet's very detailed sex life, so.
Thank you for bringing that up, Brittany, because I don't know if we've truly ever talked about it
Well,
yet.
actually, I'm ready to share my theory today.
Okay, okay, well, once we get there.
To the end, yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear this because I don't even know. But I do think they hooked up. At the end of the day, I do think they hooked up.
Yeah.
But her being like, he was always really nice to me.
I know.
That's so sweet and
really
sad. Ah. And last thing for me, again, I think I'm just on the Violet hate train. I think, and I'm all steam ahead. But not her saying like, oh, this was my first real lie, when she's lying to Jacinia about like why she needs these books. And then claiming that like Xaden lies. Like she's not very consistent. And also her being like, this is my first ever real lie. You've never lied?
You've never lied to your mom before?
You've never lied?
Come on.
Bitch.
No, she's lying. That is a lie.
That's a lie. She's lying about lying.
Yeah.
But when she said like, that's my first one, I was like, your first?
No, there's no way.
Your whole life?
Yeah.
Liar.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I have to bring up Xaden. This is going to play into my theory later, but Xaden leaving the little books about weaving Tirish knots. And I have the quote written down in the quotes, but
okay.
So fucking cute.
Like,
are you kidding me? It's so cute.
We'll get into this more along this book, but he's such like a romantic in this.
Yeah.
And him sharing his culture. He's such a sweetie. How cute though. I love that.
It's so cute.
Sloane's reveal on the parapet had me like crying again.
Yeah.
I just want to like talk for a second about like how would you feel like having this person's sibling that you promised to take care of hate you right off the bat.
Yeah. And
you're still like, it had only been like 2 weeks maybe since he died.
Yeah.
Like it's been pretty sudden.
Recent. Yeah.
And like, I can only imagine how Sloane is feeling.
Oh yeah.
Of course. So I get it. But I also can like think about like how Violet was feeling with being like, oh, I was sworn and I promised him that I would protect her when she's coming in and she hates me. Yeah. And like how awful that feels after you just lost him 2 weeks ago.
No, I know. Yeah.
And then seeing her cross the parapet. I don't know. That's like, sounds like a lot of fucking stress.
Yeah.
And into, I don't know. But go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say also, I don't know why I wrote this so far down, but like, where was Sloane all this time? Where was she living?
Mm-hmm.
Where, who was she living with? Mm-hmm. How did she hear this information? Like, who told her?
I don't know, because
she also says, I know what really happened.
Now I can't remember the rest of the book.
I mean, I think it's gotta be probably like Imogen or Bodhi or something, but I'm like, where was she?
Because where is he from?
Well, they're all from Erasia. Or like Tirandor.
But do they still live there?
Well, I don't think so, because I think it's believed to be burnt down.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, how would they get if Basgiath, or I don't know, because they obviously send out who has died, right?
Yeah, but I'm imagining that one of the marked ones found her.
Probably.
That's what my guess.
Maybe it was Imogen. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know like how they get that information and how quick. I would assume that it would probably be one of the marked ones, because I feel like she was closer to them.
Right.
Or not closer, but knew of them because of her brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just sad.
Oh yeah.
I can think about that and how sad she must be. I also, how is Sloane described Is she ever described of how she looks?
I think she looks similar to Liam, like blonde hair, blue eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I envisioned her as, but just had to make sure.
Like, they said that they look related.
Yeah. Ugh, and Liam was so beautiful.
He was.
Eomen, aka Dane.
Yeah.
Just had to put that in there. I think you wrote this.
Oh, yes. Love Rhiannon putting Dane in his place.
Uh-huh.
Like, he tried saying something. Oh, because I think Nadine was like, oh, I'm not assigned to anything. I'm just hanging out or something. And he's like, well, way to go, squad leader. Like, getting your squad in position or something. And then she's just like, you know, wing leader Ryerson, like, he got respect because he, like, respected all of us. He didn't go around telling people what to do. So, like, sit fucking down, you know? I just love it.
He is the worst person.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate him, but I love Rhiannon for calling him out.
I'm so sorry to Rebecca Yaros. I'm personally apologizing for this. Some lines that she writes are just a little uncalled for.
I had the same reaction, I think, to the same part.
There's like a part where like Sloane gets introduced and they say something about like, because they say her last name. She says like Cadet Mari. Rhiannon says that. And then Riddick's like, Mari? And then Violet goes, Liam's sister. If you haven't noticed, she hates me. Like, no, bitch, we got it. She just threw a fucking scene in front of the whole quadrant, right? But then, like a page later, they're like talking about, they're like, oh, look how innocent like the first years are. And then Violet's like, that was us last year. And Rhiannon goes, look at us, alive and everything.
I'm sorry, Rebecca.
What the fuck, Rebecca? It just took me out of the... Lines like that just kind of take me out. I'm like, it's a little cringy. It didn't need to be there. I think we got it based on context clues.
Yes, I think there was a point in, is it this chapter or the other chapter? I don't remember, but it was a Violet like low-key trying to hype herself up of being like, no, fuck not being able to help out with this rebellion or anything. It's up to me. I have the knowledge. I have a power to help this out.
Yeah.
And I was reading and I was like, girl.
Okay, girl.
Okay. This is giving Debbie Ryan shit.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Rebecca, I love you and I love your writing, but
there's just a couple that are a little cringy.
Just a little bit.
Lastly, I just want to say, what do we think happened between Taryn and Solus? And do we think that Taryn is keeping any secrets? Because there's just, I feel too many times where he says dragons are not truthful with humans, to where he's got to be hiding something pretty big, right?
Yeah, because he like constantly says that like he's gonna kill Solus.
Well, he's the reason Solus only has one eye.
What the fuck?
So what happened?
Ooh, should we get into some drama? What if him and like Sigale, he tried to get at Sigale and he's like, bitch, get off my bitch.
Maybe. Took out his eye.
Took out his eyeball.
Yeah.
I would kind of live for that backstory.
Okay, maybe.
We gotta find out more about these damn dragons.
But there has to be a reason he like doesn't trust him, because as soon as he's like, Solus is there, he's like, don't take your eyes off him. You know what I mean? Something with,
has to be. I have a feeling a lot of shit went down with Brennan and Naolin, and maybe fucking Solus was involved.
Okay, yeah.
Something with the Venin. We got Venin.
Yeah.
Brennan. Naolin, all of them. I feel like they're all like contributors to everything. Naolin.
Yeah. Nolen. Yeah.
Venin.
Exactly.
Brennan. I don't know. There's some weird ass shit, and
Truly.
I do hope we get to find out a little bit more about their backstory. I feel like we barely know anything about these dragons.
It's true.
And I get it.
I don't respect it, but I get it.
Okay. I think that's it for the deep dive.
Let's move into our favorite quotes from these chapters. You can start us off, Cassy.
Alrighty. I only have a couple here.
Samesies.
But, oh, it's your favorite too. Cute. Okay. In chapter 5, okay, this is the Riddick part I think we brought up like a couple episodes ago. Violet goes, I'll be right back, I say, setting my cup on the table and wobbling a little as I stand. No more lemonade for me. I certainly hope not. Riddick mutters, or you'll destroy all my fantasies when it comes to that one. I love him. He's our Bi King. He's so funny.
He is. I love him. Going off of that, I have, this is also from chapter 5 from Violet. She just says, mixing alcohol and Xaden is definitely not a good idea.
It's a pretty good idea,
yes,
though.
It is, girl.
It's a really good idea, girly. I thought this was really funny. Violet says in chapter 5, I'm pleasantly fuddled, but not entirely sloshed. That makes no sense, but it's accurate. Like,
at least she admits it.
I don't know.
What the fuck does fuddled mean?
I don't know.
You're tipsy is what you wanted to say.
I don't know why, but I feel like that was the most relatable line I've ever read.
Because that perfectly explains that she is.
She is. Yeah. And I feel like I say a lot of sentences where I'm like, that actually made no sense.
Yeah.
But it did say exactly what I needed to.
I will be saying that from now on when I'm fuddled, as she said.
Pleasantly fuddled, but not entirely sloshed.
Yeah.
It sounds like super proper.
Pleasantly fuddled,
pleasantly
but not entirely sloshed.
Stupid.
This is from Xaden, and he says, this is when they're making eye contact, like, across the courtyard, and then he says into her mind, whatever is going through that beautiful mind, I'm here for it.
I'm melted in the couch. Oh my god. I love that part too.
Yeah.
When his across the room stares. Oh my god. They get me. I don't remember who says this. Was it Colonel Ados?
Yes, it is.
It is, right? But I thought it was a very interesting quote. Secrets make for poor leverage. They die with the people who keep them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something to keep on top of our brains here about secrets and what happens if you don't tell people or when you do.
This is the quote that Xaden wrote and left with the Tearish books, and it says, I meant what I said on the parapet. Even when I'm not with you, there's only you. Shut the fuck up. Because I would have flown out to Samara that day.
If Xaden says, even when I'm not with you, there's only you, that's a marriage band.
He proposed
with that one. That is the sweetest thing.
No, it's so cute. Yeah,
I've ever heard.
He wrote her fucking love letter. It's so cute.
He really said, to all the girls I've loved before. Oh, that one's so good. I think my last one is, is this Taryn? I think this is Taryn. He says, yes. Chapter 8, you do not have the right to burn what is mine. And I don't know why, but like Taryn, of course, is like more mentor figure to me. But I don't know, when I read that, I was like, oh, Sigale, I get it.
Okay, Daddy Taryn.
I get it. I respect you, Sigale.
This is going to go into my theorizing, so I'll comment on it in a second. But Violet says Dane really needs to check Kath's teeth because there has got to be a bone stuck in there decaying or something from chapter 8. Just hold that in your minds for 5 seconds. My last quote is from Taryn, chapter 8. And it says, if Solus comes near you again, he knows I will devour his human whole and let him rot within me while his heart still beats. And then I'll take the eye I so graciously left him. So fucking violent. I do get it,
about
Sigale.
That. No, that's what I'm saying, right? Thank you.
He gives the same energy. For as much as him and Xaden hate each other, they're the same person.
And I get it.
I get it.
Sigale chose 2 of the same.
She did.
She said 2 for 1 deal.
Yeah.
He's just aggressive, and I think I find that iconic. That's the word I'll use.
Iconic.
All right, please get into this theory now, girl. I gotta know what you're talking about.
Okay, I have heard a theory. I don't remember who originally came up with this theory, but it was on TikTok. But there is the mention of I believe they say that Solus has bad breath. They say Bade has bad breath, and then in this one, Kath has bad breath. And there is kind of something that I don't exactly remember the whole theory, but that the dragon having bad breath is maybe related to like their rider being evil or their rider being venom. Because like a little bit later on, it's mentioned that Bade has really bad breath, and we know that Jack Barlow is venom. So maybe, I don't know, them turning venom affects their breath or like
hygiene.
I don't know. It was an interesting theory. I don't know if Dane is a venom, but
anyone can be venom.
I just think that's sorry.
I think you're fine.
I just think that's a weird thing to bring. Like,
yeah,
there has to be a reason she said that cat's breath smells
like a decaying body or like
why,
a bone stuck in.
Why would cat's breath smell like decaying?
I don't know. Unless
you know
he was sent to kill something like 5 minutes prior, and
yeah,
you know what I mean. But there's no mention of any other dragons having issues.
No,
like
it's
this.
just Solus and Bade, who I think. I mean, we know that Bade's rider is a venom. I'm pretty positive Varish is a venom.
You know, I would think that all dragons have not a great smelling.
Yeah, but I'm imagining it would smell like sulfur.
Yeah, like a dead body.
Decay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, sulfur doesn't smell like a dead body.
Isn't sulfur like what the smell of dead bodies are?
Is it? I thought sulfur was like fiery kind of smell.
Oh, okay. That probably is right. I'm sure they smell not awesome.
No, yeah,
but I think that because Rebecca loves to write very. She likes to sprinkle quotes or like ways to describe something just randomly, and it actually means something.
Right.
So this could mean something.
It could mean something. I don't know. I'm not doing the theory justice.
No, I think you are.
But it was an interesting theory.
Yeah. It's something to keep an eye on now.
Yeah.
I'll look at for the descriptions of their breath.
Yeah.
They got to get some Colgate Total White strips in there.
Okay. I think it's time to share my theory / my hopeful ending for this entire series. So let's talk about the faithfully transcribed. Obviously that scared me and scared a lot of the fandom. My way of coping with it, because I refuse to believe that they're all dead and that this is like in the future and or that these events had taken place in the past and they're all dead and Justinia found it, whatever. I'm refusing to believe that, okay? My theory is that this is Violet's journal. Okay. So she wrote everything down in her journal, but I'm guessing because they live in Navarre, they must speak, I don't know, Navarian or something that is not English.
Okay.
So she wrote all of this in her journal. I think Xaden, it's mentioned later, is technically the Prince of Tyrrendor. Okay. And whether he's going to take that title or not, I don't know, but he is the heir to Tyrrendor.
Right.
Okay. We also know that Cam or Auric is King Tari's son. I think that Cam is, or Auric, whatever we want to call him, is going to end up being king of Navarre. I think he's going to take his father's position, and I think he'll be a good king. But I think he's going to take the place of the king. I also potentially see something maybe happening with him and Kat.
Okay.
That's just a thought.
Okay.
And then, because I will not accept a world where Xaden and Violet are not together and they're not living happily ever after.
No,
so
that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So I think that Xaden is going to become the king of Tyrrendor. I think that there's too many mentions of him not like pushing his culture, but like sharing his culture with Violet. I think she's going to become the queen of Tyrrendor.
Oh, that's good.
Him sharing how to tie the Tyrish knots, things like that. Also, like, there's so many mentions of her wearing her hair in a braid crown. I feel like it's maybe foreshadowing to her being a queen one day.
Yep.
And I know that a lot of people have joked about the, like, my house, my chair, my woman being like, oh, like, what, I don't know, like, my castle, my throne, my queen or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that is definitely a possibility. So my thing is that she wrote all of this down, or maybe she published a book. I don't know, but she wrote it all down in like a journal, published it, whatever that might be. And I think that they are now like the king and queen, or that's where they're going to be at the end of the books. And Justinia just like transcribed her journal so that this information could get out everywhere in the world. Because it just says it's transcribed to the modern language.
Yeah.
So considering she knows multiple languages, I feel like she is transcribing it and sending it out to everywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, they defeat the Venom.
It's all happily ever after.
It's fantasy. It has to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be.
It doesn't have to go wrong.
It has to be. So,
I love that theory. Rebecca,
you can steal it.
No, that's good. Because I think you're right. Like, you have a lot of good proof on... I think inevitably he's going to take the throne.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna have, if he's gonna be the king, she's gonna have to be the queen.
Yeah.
So I like that theory. I love that theory. Yeah. And that's the only way we'll accept the ending of the fucking series.
Otherwise, this was a great duology. It's a
Sorry,
great
girl.
Standalone.
I don't want to read.
I don't want to read. I don't want to read. I don't want to live in a world where Xaden is not alive, where Violet's not alive. I don't want. I know that some people are like, what if there's a love triangle between Xaden and Cam, or Arik. I'm yeah. I don't know. Xaden, Arik, and Violet. I won't accept that.
I don't accept that at all.
I can see it happening. I won't accept it. And I know that Rebecca doesn't like love triangles, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
I hope she sticks with her plan there. I hope we watch all of these in like a couple years when all of them
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
Silly girls.
Silly girls, you were so naive in thinking they were going to be alive.
Or I was right.
Yeah. Which we need to put money on that.
I know.
It's going to be true.
$5 right now.
I'm going to go with what she said.
Deal.
I don't think I have a better idea of what happens. I think that's the best.
Yeah.
You're right. It is fantasy. It has. Why can't it be?
And it's not just fantasy. It's romantasy. So I know that people are very upset that Rebecca did not say anything about romance. I'm a little scared too for this next book. But at the end of the day, she's a romance writer.
Yeah.
These are romance
fantasy
books, romance fantasy books. So there has to be some sort of I think also girl knows that we will riot.
Yeah.
If there is no romance.
Yeah. She included Xaden. Like, Xaden was in her little teaser picture or whatever like that.
There has to be. Also, I just think it's fantasy, and very rarely, I mean, actually, I don't think I've ever read a fantasy book that has ended negatively.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't finished ACOTAR yet, but I'm sure it ends not awfully.
Yeah.
But I think in fantasy fiction, like, if it was more like a fiction novel, I feel like fictions can be pretty crazy, or like thrillers or anything like that. I feel like that'll be more, but we focus too heavily on oh my god, I almost did a ship name for them of Xylet. We've focused too much on their relationship for it to just like go down the drain for the next 3 books.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we have 3 books.
It's crazy. I keep thinking we only have 1 more. That's not
we actually have so much more.
So much more.
I hope you don't change it either, Rebecca. Please keep to 5.
I know.
Maybe 10. I don't know. I'll keep reading.
I'll keep reading forever. As long as you keep writing.
I'll read it.
They are simultaneously living among us.
Rebecca
is live reporting what's happening as we speak. She is Jasenia.
She's like, okay, so that's why it's taking so fucking long.
I get it.
They're living right now.
They're living. They're breathing.
I love our Delulu. I love our Delulu. You also, I think that's it for the theories, right?
Yeah. Let's get into
Final Jam. All spotlight on Brittany right now.
So, hey, last week you did it, and you kind of judged me. You were like, you didn't write anything.
Oh,
how the tables have turned. So, first up, I have Glimpse by Varail. I think is how you pronounce it.
Varail.
Vraell.
I can't pronounce for shit, so don't ask me.
Have you heard the song?
I think it's in our playlist, right?
Yeah. I think it might have been on TikTok, but it's an instrumental. It's very pretty sounding. I just can kind of see this playing when Xaden and Violet are saying their goodbyes and having a little moment, just a little instrumental playing in the back.
I'm gonna have to play it. I'm gonna have to think about it.
I was listening to it and I was like, I think this could work with the vibes.
We're gonna have to send mass email to Rebecca,
to Amazon, to Rebecca, to Michael B. Jordan.
Just be like, hey,
I have ideas.
You can take them, but let me just be on set.
Give me the credit.
Let me sit on set.
I'll be writer number 4. Like,
please. Yeah.
Okay, and then lastly, what I want to bring up is just what songs. I was trying to think of a song that they're probably listening to at their little party. What songs do we think they're listening to? Do we think they have a DJ? Do we think it's medieval sounding music? Like, do we think it's like the TikTok medieval music?
I love the TikTok medieval music.
Or do we think it's like party rock anthem?
Like some Nelly.
Do we think it's like Hotel Motel Holiday Inn by Pitbull?
Hotel.
What do we think they're playing?
I think Riddick would probably like,
because they're getting lit.
They're getting lit.
It's not soft, slow music.
It's not like,
there's got to be music, right?
It's not like, huzzah, my lady. It's like they're pounding.
What's the sound on TikTok right now? The medieval music. Is it yeah?
Oh, where it's just like the instrumental of medieval. Yeah, I think it's like. Yeah, I think it's yeah. I think it's yeah.
Sure.
There's like, so many of them actually.
Do we think it's that, or do we think it's?
If it is that, I hope it's still like Nelly. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, about the DJ thing, how does the music play? Is it out of a speaker? Is it out of a live orchestra?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Piano.
That's the thing.
Because they don't even say anything about it, huh? Like music.
Well, she doesn't even say that there's music playing. I'm just assuming they're getting crunk.
Because how boring would it be? They're
if it's in silence,
and they're just like,
there's for sure music. I would bet money.
Imagine those silent partying sounds. Where like
there's a silent disco. They're just like
yeah. Oh yeah. No, it has to be music, and I think if we're going medieval, it's probably like a string quartet or like a little orchestra, or they got like some.
I just hope that they're playing the most like ratchet.
Yeah. I hope they're playing To the Window, To the Wall.
Yes.
Riddick would be in the center of. He would actually be doing the worm.
He would be doing the worm.
He'd be doing the worm. He's like, "The sweat drop down my balls."
I want it to sound like a grad night.
Oh my God! Someone edit a fan art of them at this party.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they would be a grad night vibe.
I want it to be like my high school dance. Make it sound like my high school dance.
I'm sure, because I feel like at these parties, everyone's like making out with each other.
Yeah.
They're already doing that just in the regular fucking school year anyways.
It's true, yeah.
What do you guys think that they're listening to at this party? Or just in general?
Yeah.
Let us know. I hope it's like a medieval vibe, though. I think those sounds crack me up.
Yeah.
I love those sounds. Did you have any other ones?
No, that's it.
I think that's it. Again, these ones I didn't have much for.
We didn't have Daddy Zayden keeping us company.
Unfortunately, that's how most of Iron Flame is where you don't have a lot of Zayden in it. So we're going to just have to suffer without him for a little while.
I'll mention him every chance I get.
In every episode, you'll hear him.
Yeah, don't you worry.
No, literally. I think that's it.
Everything.
I think we hit it. Wow, we're making record time.
Yeah, look at us.
If you guys liked what we talked about, or if you have any other theories that you have from these couple of chapters or so far in Iron Flame, let us know. Reach out to us. We have a newsletter as well, if you would like to check that out. I think it is on our link tree.
Yeah,
so if
everything's in our link tree.
If you want to go to that and subscribe to our newsletter, you'll see what we are up to. We've posted our Iron Flame schedule for now until, well, I guess like all of part one, which I think will bring us to the end of June, maybe early July. Ooh, crazy. We got a lot of chapters to cover. Yeah. So if you want any of those live updates as well, follow us on our Instagram. Also follow us on TikTok. And sign up for our Patreon. Should be maybe.
We'll get it done by this episode. We will get it done. We have no reason why it should not be ready by this episode.
Yes. So just if you guys want to follow for updates, go to our social medias. They will be linked wherever you are listening currently. Yeah. They'll be there. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, whenever it is for you. Thanks it for me.
For watching and listening, guys.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week, everybody.
Love ya. Bye, besties. Mwah, mwah, mwah.